So, Cats is a movie that exists. So right now, I'm on the way to pick up Chris so we can go see the movie Cats. That is so shaky. I really hope it doesn't be like that when I'm driving. Oh yeah, it's gonna be shaky. Oh god. Okay, I'm pretty sure I fixed the shaking problem on my camera, and now it's a whole new angle. Kind of. So, yeah. Okay, and yeah, okay. It's working good enough for me. Gross. It's taking a little while to. What's up? It works. I got this to work.
That's awesome.
Cats.
Cats.
What?
I just rewatched the trailer. Okay, so it was written by T.S. Eliot, right?
I guess.
T.S. Eliot came from that stock of like American poets. I think he's American. I'm pretty sure he's American. Where like everything was weird, where everything was just like, why would you write that? You know, or like where it's like some stories are like, wow, that's weird, but I love that story. All the stories from like poets that I know of anyway from that era are like,
what's happening? That's
famous. Why? Why is that? It's beautifully written, but why do we like this? This shouldn't be a thing. And he came from that same breed of poet. So I'm gonna double check my facts on that.
I hope you do, because John Steinbeck was like the 1800s.
No. 1888 to 1965, mostly 1900s.
Still dead.
Yeah.
Are you sure it was him who made Cats?
Yeah, I googled who wrote Cats and said T.S. Eliot.
Like the music.
I don't know who wrote the music. I don't know who wrote the term. Who wrote the musical Cats? T.S. Eliot.
Really?
Composed by Andrew Lloyd Webber.
Yes.
Based on the poetry collection Old Possum's Book of Practical Cats by T.S. Eliot.
Cats in general should not be a thing, because it just doesn't have a plot.
Yeah, so I've heard that. And then, so it's already kind of weird on the rocks kind of musical anyway.
Right.
Why are you throwing so much CGI to make like a bunch of famous actors into furries?
I don't know, but we'll see in less than 10 minutes.
That's so weird. Alright.
So, on the way to see Cats.
Yeah.
Wait, what's my name on your phone?
Really Monty.
Really
no, I had Monty.
Right.
I got a new phone, so I got actually Monty.
Okay.
I got a new phone, so I put really Monty.
I'm glad I didn't change my number when I got a new phone this time. What time is it? We got 5 minutes, so let you know how bad it was when we're done.
Your thoughts?
It's worse than I thought it would be.
No expectations would have prepared me for what that movie was.
No.
So
it was. I heard they made a plot out of the musical, because the musical did not have a plot at all.
Really?
Yeah, it was basically just a concert.
Wow.
But the movie did it worse.
It wasn't good, but like I enjoyed it.
You enjoyed the plot?
Mildly.
I like the idea of the plot.
Yeah. Like I like the idea of the one cat that actually has problems, right? That's the cat who gets a new life and everything.
Yes.
From Deuteronomy. Deuteronomy meaning the law, meaning all of those cats are attempting to gain new life by singing their song, singing the song of who they are to the law. That's a deep thought. There needs to be a better movie about that concept.
Yeah, I agree with that. Just based on totally the plot, they could have done everything without the CGI, honestly. They could have done a practical cat suits really easily. Because they did it on Broadway, and it looked not as horrific.
Yeah.
I feel like the worst offender of it all is Idris Elba. Because his cat was the same color as his skin.
Yeah.
And watching his cat move around just made me thought of a naked Idris Elba.
He and Taylor Swift's character, Bombalurina.
That's her name.
That was her character's name.
Gross.
Those two are like the most erotic. And what was this movie even rated?
PG.
This was the this was the most sexual PG movie literally ever. I won't say sexiest, but definitely most sexual.
It felt like every cat was trying to bang the other.
Yeah. If I took a middle schooler to see this movie, their parents would be very upset with me for like sexual reasons, you know? And it's rated PG. That's its own problem.
My God.
There was a lot of characters.
There was a lot of characters. You went McDonald's? Or Zaxby's?
McDonald's.
Yeah, okay.
Zaxby's costs a lot of money. Okay. Victoria, the main person.
The main person
cool.
in air quotes. Because she literally had less lines than Gus.
Yes. I liked her though. She was cool. She was a sweet little character for us to explore the world through, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
She was a proxy exploration character for the audience.
Right.
And Mistopheles was lit. I like
Mr. Mistopheles was
Mr.
great.
Mistopheles was the best character in the movie.
I feel like the biggest detriment of this film is casting people's faces that we know by heart.
Yeah.
Because the CGI, seeing people we know, and like, what do you want?
I want 2 McChicken sandwiches. Skimbleshanks isn't even an actor. He's just actually a dancer.
Makes sense.
Which, like, okay.
Most of them should have been just dancers.
Yeah, except the acting in this was fantastic.
It was. Like...
What's her name? Jennifer Hudson's song?
Memory?
I was crying. Which I didn't want to do, but it happened. Singing a song with your friends is great. Except when you're hiding from Nazis in the attic.
What are you talking about? The actors.
Yeah.
The acting in the movie wasn't terrible.
No, it was good.
For most bad movies, the acting is terrible.
Yes.
This was a bad movie on circumstances of it existing.
I think this is the most Hollywood movie I've ever seen. Yeah. It's like a everything weird that Hollywood does with like the Golden Globes and the Emmys and all those things. This is that movie. This movie is all of those things. Oh, hold up. Oh,
holding up.
Hold up. The person who plays Victoria that's her only movie.
Yeah, that's her first movie ever.
She was really good. Cats is a mess, but which actors kept their dignity intact? Hashtag not sponsored by the Los Angeles Times. Okay, the least dignified roles were Judi Dench and Ian McKellen, obviously.
Yes.
They have a knighthood and a damehood between them.
To be fair, Judi... What's your last name?
Dench.
Judi Dench was Victoria in the original Broadway version of Cats.
Really?
Yes.
That's interesting.
So...
That's some good stuff I can get behind.
Yeah.
What's up, man?
What's up?
I have one bucket chili chicken and 1 medium fry.
Yes.
With your right?
Yes, it is.
Alright, man, good seeing you, man.
Gracias.
Okay. If anyone has the ability to shake this off, it's Taylor Swift, whose show-stopping musical number is the fun and flirty Bombalurina, appropriately plays much like the catwalk portion of the concert set. Jason Derulo.
Yeah, no, he's dying from that.
His His fake Cockney accent rivals Dick Van Dyke's in painfulness. Dick Van Dyke, though, was just, like, fun to watch, whether it was a good accent or not. Jason Derulo was just wild.
Dick Van Dyke in what? Mary Poppins?
I think so. Like, but you enjoy his accent. He's having fun with it. Jason Derulo is just wild. James Corden as the gay Bustopher Jones.
Basically, yeah.
If all of these characters were gay, I would believe it.
Okay, going back to the CGI.
Yes.
There were so many points in the movie where I could tell the CGI was just... They worked on it so much, and then they were like, screw it, we're done. Hands off.
No, they're still working on it. It's in theaters, and they're still working on the CGI.
Because there were so many scenes where people were just floating.
Like,
and like their feet were
a centimeter off the ground, and you could tell.
They didn't have shadows either.
And then they had shoes. There were some random scenes where some cats had shoes. It's like the proportion of like the human things that these cats were doing. Like he pulls out cards, and they're like extra large cards.
Right.
And then he pulls out a dice that's like the size of a baseball. And then the mice are like a little bit bigger than cockroaches.
Which makes no sense.
It was so weird. And then the train tracks are massive. And so like while the mice are tiny.
How big are these cats?
How big are the trains?
Like, Cats is one of those musicals that does not belong anywhere.
No.
It was basically an album made by Andrew Lloyd Webber.
Okay, I don't regret spending money on it though. I can understand. I can understand if you do, but for me, the emotions carried in just the concept of. Now, there's only like one cat in this movie who actually has problems.
Yeah.
Like, Idris Elba's character, McCavity, is like an actual bad guy who enjoys being a bad guy. So why does he even want a new life? You know?
That's a good question.
Right. And then, like, I think all of the songs, if you really looked into them, will probably have something a bit about, like... Cause I know, like, Bustopher was like, he wants to be skinny so he can be fat all over again. And Rebel Wilson wants to get out of the kitchen. And I think that Ian McKellen just wanted to be young again, I guess.
Yeah. He said he had a prime life and he wants to try that again.
Right. Railway Cat was just there. That was just...
He was a fun cat.
He was great.
The only tap dancing in the entire movie, and it was the Railroad Cat.
But he was never mentioned before. He shows up, and he does nothing.
I also want to talk about Taylor Swift.
Yes, let's talk about that.
She was useless. Like, she was basically McCavity's henchman, right?
Mm-hmm.
She's in one scene, and then literally everything else she could have been in literally could have been a stand-in. And then
Such
something with a T.
Movie.
And then it was like something with a T. Like the little cat with a hat. The cat in the hat.
If he had been in this movie, I would have been like, this makes so much sense. That's what that book is. One cat escaped. No. He escaped from the movie and then traumatized some kids. That's the Cat in the Hat.
I feel like this movie also would have been better just fully animated. 3D animation. It's so weird seeing celebrity faces as cats. They really should have done like what they do on Broadway and not try, like, you know, cast people who you don't know.
Like Mr. Mistopheles.
Yeah, Mr. Mistopheles didn't bug me. The main character didn't bug me. Jennifer Hudson surprisingly didn't bug me. But I don't see her in many movies, honestly.
Right, yeah. Ian McKellen was like, hey guys, this is Ian McKellen, just so you don't forget.
Right. His acting was great, obviously, because of
But
Ian
it was
McKellen.
just like, it was obviously Ian McKellen.
Yeah.
It was obviously Taylor Swift.
Can we talk about even fatter James Corden? I feel like a lot of people had fun, and a lot of people didn't know what to do, but they were getting paid.
Rebel Wilson and James Corden ad-libbed more than they actually acted in this film.
I feel like that is true.
And like when Rebel Wilson was ad-libbing at the beginning, after her song and everything, Rebel Wilson's ad-libbing would be the best part of this movie.
Probably.
And like it was one of the highlights. It was pretty good.
I feel like that's gonna be like one of the few scenes I'm gonna remember from this movie. There were so many named cats. I can't even remember. There's Deuteronomy, nudity. What?
What?
I don't know her name. I can't remember how to pronounce it. Dishimble?
No. Deuteronomy.
Deuteronomy. Screw it.
It's in the Bible.
I know.
Okay.
I can never pronounce that chapter.
25 desperate questions I have after seeing Cats, the movie.
Oh, let's see if we can answer them.
Did they run out of the CGI budget 95% of the way through? And is that why the cats have hauntingly realistic human fingers and toes? When the Rebel Wilson cat unzips her skin to reveal a pink sparkly outfit underneath, are we to believe that she was wearing a jumpsuit replica of her naked body? Were Rumble Teaser and Mungo Jerry trying to get Victoria to be their third?
Like, what do you mean their third? Like... Ew.
This can't be on my channel.
Okay.
Why did the main cat narrator guy look like he was going to invite me to his improv show? The catnip the Taylor Swift cat forcibly sprinkled over all the other cats is ketamine. This is not a question. I'm not reading that one. Why is it briefly implied but never addressed that Judi Dench and Ian McKellen's characters effed back in the day? How many takes did it get 80-year-old Sir Ian McKellen singing? And this is verbatim the words, meow, 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 meow. How big exactly are these cats so that a mouse is proportionally the size of a fly, yet a bowl of potatoes is the size of a sedan, and a ring is big enough to fit as a bracelet? If there are wanted posters for McCavity, does that imply that there's a cat police force? Did Idris Elba stipulate my cat has to be hot in his contract? I think he did. What kind of conditioner does Idris Elba's hot cat, who is presumably a feral street criminal, use that gives him such a lustrous coat? Which is a solid question. Why are there so many human-sized cat-specific businesses? Is there a cat currency, and if so, how much, and where do the cats make their money? Does Skimble Shakes the Railway Cat know that his skin-tight red jumpsuit shows his nipples? I don't think he does. Or, I don't think he cares. This is a solid question. Okay, are you ready for this one?
Okay.
Are you sitting down?
I hope so.
Has anyone involved in making this movie ever interacted with, touched, or even seen a cat from either close up or very far away? Thank you, GQ, for your best article of the year.
Solid questions. Hard answers. Let's find out what happens next on Dragon Ball GT.
Dragon Ball GT is better than cats.
That is true.